All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about your ad copy. Now, this lesson right here is by far the most important in this series, just because this is the part where a lot of people get just hung up on what to say in their ad, how to write it, and what we're going to do is we are going to try and simplify that as much as possible. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump in. So, a couple of just key points that I want to go over before we even start writing the ad is usually when we do our ad copy for our projects and our clients, we usually use long form copy. And what long form copy means is that the person that's on Facebook that's scrolling through their news feed will have to click, see more, right? There's so much written on the ad that they have to click see more to actually see the whole ad. Okay, and the reason for that is because that is a step that helps us qualify that person, right? So if they read, a really long piece of ad copy, we know that they are interested in the solution that you're providing, the product that you're selling, the service that you provide. Now, the next thing is we want to keep our lines broken up. And this is just so that it's easier to read the ads. We try to stick to a max 3 lines. It's not always going to happen. Sometimes it's going to go over. Sometimes you just have to write it that way because it flows better. But usually you want to try and keep this rule just because it makes it easier to read. We also want to use emojis, not too much. At most, you want maybe 2 emojis per section. And then the next thing is in the ad, we're telling the person about the product, but we're not trying to sell the product. We're just trying to sell the click, right? We want to bring them into our landing page. So think of it this way. If you start selling your product from the ad, right, you essentially have one chance to sell your product at that point. It's either they want it or they don't and they leave. And then they're gone forever. You can't get in front of them again. You can't remarket them or anything like that, right? So that's the issue. Now, if you sell the click, right, if you try and get that person onto the landing page where they can then get pixeled by your Facebook pixel, so now they're seeing your remarketing ads and you stay in front of them. And at that point, something magical happens, right? If they see your ad over and over and over and over again, they start to become familiar with you and your company. And usually that's really all it takes to get somebody to buy is they just gotta see you more, right? And then the last thing here is I'm going to show you the 6-step formula for writing an ad that is going to make it so much easier to write these ads. And, you just follow this formula and it essentially will write itself. So let's go over the 6-step formula. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to call out, right? So you want to call out your audience. So you want that person to know, hey, I am trying to talk to you. And if, somebody is on Facebook and they see your ad and they don't respond to this, they need to know that it's not for them, right? So for example, if you are a local service, usually, like if you're a local home service, usually what you're going to want to do first is call out your city or call out the area. Like, hey, Vista, or hey, North County, San Diego, or hey, La Costa, which is a neighborhood in the Carlsbad area, right? So depending on how broad you want to be or how targeted down you want to be, you just want to call out your audience. Or, let's say you're trying to get in front of restaurant owners. You could write, attention, restaurant owners, right? Or if you're trying to get in front of future brides, attention brides to be, right? So, just think of that. Just usually it's either hey, whatever your audience is, or attention, whatever your audience is. Usually those are the two that we use. Next is the question. Now, this part is really powerful. So, the question is you want to make them think about the problem, right? So, for example, if you were a home service, let's say a carpet cleaner, are you tired of looking at that dirty carpet? Or are you tired of seeing that brown carpet when it's supposed to be white? Right? So those are really powerful questions because it gets the person thinking of the problem. And it's actually so powerful that you're going to have to test whether Facebook will allow you to ask that question in your ad or not. They're really particular with how you need to ask your questions. So sometimes instead of asking, are you tired of looking at that brown carpet? You might not even be able to say, are you? It might just even be like, tired of looking at that brown carpet? So just be on the lookout for that. But again, a question is super powerful. Now, after these two are usually the ones that, you hook the attention of the person. And then right here is where you need to keep it. So here, the what your product or service is. Something that we need to understand here is when we are advertising on Facebook, right? It's a form of traffic where we are essentially trying to grab that person's attention. So something that Facebook and Instagram is really good at, is designed for, is to keep somebody scrolling, right? To just keep scrolling, keep watching your cat videos or looking at what other people are doing or what food is, are your friends eating or everything like that, right? So what we need to do as business owners, as we are trying to market our businesses, is we need to create an offer that is so good that it's going to hook somebody's attention from Facebook, right? So, for example, 50% off carpet cleaning, right? Or dentists usually will run a free X-ray and cleaning for your first appointment, something like that. And again, it just has to be a really good offer that it'll hook that person's attention. And something that you really need to understand is usually with this form of advertising, you don't necessarily make money on that first service. It's usually, a break even type thing on that first service. And where you make your money is if you provide a good enough service or a product that customer is going to keep coming back and using your company, and then that's where you start to create a profit. Now, the why. So people are just inherently more skeptical now, so we need to give them a reason why we're running this promotion. So it literally doesn't even matter what the why is. You just got to say, here's why. Well, it's, the start of May and we wanted to run this promotion. That's why, right? Or, it's the spring, so we're running a spring special. That's why, right? So this part, I mean, it really doesn't matter why you're running your promotion. You just got to tell them, hey, this is why. Now, the who, this is really important. So who are you? Who is your business? Who is your company? And why should I trust you, right? So this is where we start to throw in our trust factors. Hey, we have 100 reviews, 5 stars on Google, or we have 200 Home Advisor reviews, right? Whatever that is. And then how, and this is something that usually gets missed, is you need to tell that person, hey, what do I need to do, right? Here's what to do next. You want to click this link. You want to fill out your information, claim the coupon, look us up, and then call our business, right? So we need to tell them, hey, this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, whatever it is they got to do, right? So now that we've gone over that, let's go ahead and look at this as a practical application. So let me go ahead and zoom in so you can read this more easily. So this is an ad. This ad copy is for a pest control company, right? So in the previous lesson, we talked about the creative, and this is the creative that I landed on. That's kind of that'll make you think of pests, right? So it says, "Attention, Carlsbad." So we are looking at targeting Carlsbad. We can even say, "Attention, Carlsbad residents." Oh. Right? Or you can even say, "Hey, Carlsbad residents," right? So we just need to make sure that they understand, hey, we are trying to market to Carlsbad people, right? So the question, right? Seeing ants around your home, actually they should be home, and even gopher holes. So this right here, gopher holes, I never realized how big of an issue gopher holes are until I spoke to my father-in-law about his lawn, and he just gets all twisted up about gophers. So I decided to try it in this ad copy. Right here, this is the what? ABC Pest Control is offering a 50% off a repellent service to 30 local residents. Click here. So right here, if this is enough to sell somebody onto the click, you want to provide a link right here at the top so that they can. Now this right here, to 30 local residents, this is what we call a scarcity, right? So we want to add scarcity onto our ad copy so that, hey, they need to feel some sort of like pull to go ahead and click that link. So let's keep going. Our biggest promotion of the year, ABC Pest Control has served over 1,200 homeowners in the Carlsbad area. Why are we doing this? So right here, we're just trying to build a little bit of trust. Why are we doing this? Well, because spring is here, and with the new plants come those annoying pests, right? And also, Mike, our CEO, noticed that when we come over and spray, your neighbors see our trucks and also want to get rid of their pests and give us a ring after. So right here, we are giving them the reason why we are running this promotion, right? Like I said, this could be anything. It just has to be there. So you can thank your neighbors for the awesome discount. We'll even hand you a referral card to offer Sally when she comes over to watch the next episode of Grey's Anatomy, right? So we're just adding a little bit of humor into the ad copy. And in case you're super skeptical of this offer or just keeping a lid on how much you hate those bugs, we have an A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. We have a perfect 5-star rating on Google with over 50 reviews, right? Now, this is a trick right here. I love using actual stars when they have the 5-star review. It just looks better. So right here, again, we are building trust. A+ rating on BBB, 5-star on Google with 50 reviews. And then right here, ABC Pest Control is located at 123 El Camino Real. So yes, we're local. So if you're from, the North County, San Diego area, you'll know that El Camino Real is a pretty big street. And we are, again, just building that trust that, hey, we are a local company. And here's what to do next. So this is the how part. So now we got to tell them what to do. So here, click this link. So we're going to add a link right here. Claim one of the 30 coupons. We can't survive offering everyone 50% off, right? Google our company in case you want to read up on our glowing reviews, and then call us to confirm your appointment. So again, we are just telling them, hey, this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Now for the headline, again, we don't want to overcomplicate things, right? We just want to say, hey, this is the offer. Get a 50% off a pest service. Usually I like to use numbers on here. So, if you're offering a dollar amount off, hey, $200 off a pest service, right? Those are really good. Numbers are really good to put in your headline. And really, it's just highlighting the offer. And then the description, I like to just repeat the headline and then add some scarcity to it. So get a 50% off a pest service, only 30 available, right? So really, that's the ad copy. If you just answer these 6 things and make sure you go buy them, like I said, this ad will write itself. The only thing now is right here, we just need to, copy our URL. So, we can just go, if we are taking them to the home page of the website, just copy that. And there you go. So that's it. That's the formula for the ad copy. One more thing I wanted to show you guys is when you are writing your ad copy, I just wanted to give you a little bit more ammo when you are writing. So there are three types of offers that we usually run. Depending on the business, this may or may not make sense for you. For home services, the neighborhood discount is really, really good. So again, if we're going back to that pest control offer, right? Feeling grossed out by those creepy bugs around your home, gopher holes driving you crazy. Not to worry, we're offering a 50% off coupon for home spray services Saturday and Sunday only. That's right, Saturday, Sunday will be in the neighborhood of XYZ Boulevard and ZYZ Avenue, right? So you want to tell them a cross street that is prominent in that neighborhood. And this is where that targeting, where we drop down a specific address and then target out 1 maybe 2 miles away from it, and then just market to everybody in that neighborhood. This is where that really works well for. Since we'll be out and about with our cleaning company, we have a few opening gigs. We're happy to offer you a discount to do your home as well, right? So this is one of those ways that you can really drive up the efficiency of your business, because number one, you're going to stay in the same area, and number two, you're going to spend less time driving around, right? And the next one is seasonality offers. So, again, going back with pest control, spring spray special, right? Because spring, once these plants start blooming, it usually brings pests. And so that's a really good time to offer a spring special for pest control companies. Something that we always run into is we have clients that are roofers in Dallas, and usually they get a lot of hail. So around that time, we'll run offers for roof inspections, roof repairs, things like that. Another one would be for, let's say, florists, if it's a Valentine's Day or Christmas or things like that. Those are really good seasonality offers, and it's just, based on time of year. And then, so special occasions. So this one is more for, like weddings, birthdays, things like that. So this one is a hair and makeup team for 20% off. So this is just to target women that are about to get married. So they usually have to have their relationship status as engaged. So this is a really great offer to run for businesses that are in the wedding industry, things like that. And here are a couple of ideas. So anniversaries, weddings, graduations, and birthdays. So that is pretty much it for this section. Again, use the use these 6 questions to write out your ad copy. If you answer all these questions, that ad copy is going to write itself. You don't have to make it super complicated. You don't have to use huge words and make it really complicated. What we're trying to do is we want to sell them the click. We want to get them away from Facebook onto our landing page, and then use these 3 offers if you can. The neighborhood discount, seasonality, or special occasions. These are really great offers. You can think of others yourself. Again, it just really needs to make sense. So really, the next plan of action that I want you to do is I want you to write your very first draft of this ad copy. So what I want you to do for this first draft is don't worry too much if it makes sense, if it sounds good, if it looks good, or anything like that. Get the first draft written down. Just do it, okay? And once you have it written down, then you have a framework to work off of, to where you can change. Oh, I want to get a better question in there. Oh, I want a better why in there. I want a better, what, right? I want a better set of trust factors for the who, right? The proof of your business and things like that. So definitely just get something written down on paper that closely follows or resembles this formula. And then from there, you can continuously improve it. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.